Good morning, everyone. Well, getting ready to head out to do one last aeration, and what a bummer, man. Guy didn't have his flags marked yesterday. I had two that did not mark, so I just skipped them completely. I'm not doing them. That's one thing. Do not take a chance, man. I'll see you in a minute. I'll explain to you. Okay, guys, last yard of the aeration season for me, at least. I'm going to do a spray treatment on the front yard that has the electric fence, and we'll do that next week, and I'll show you how I do that. But I do use the Petra lawn aerator liquid. But I'll tell you what, this little thing has been awesome, and I am going to get this thing cleaned up tomorrow after church for Tim. I think that's only right. But this is the one we're aerating. We're only doing the front, that side, and the very back. But hey, don't ever, this guy did not mark, but he said, hey, all my sprinklers are on the edges. He said, can you do it? And I can, because what I do is I stay about 4 inches away from the edge, 4 or 5 inches. You're not going to hit them there, man. And you can usually see him. I know where his sprinklers are in his yard, so I'm pretty safe with it. And if something does happen, he's already told me to do it, so that's on him. But if people don't, and they have the electric fences for the pets, you do not want to do those, man, unless they're marked. And that's the thing, when you start aerating, make sure you let your customers know a couple days in advance, hey, I'm going to be here on this day, and I need you to mark everything. Now, I did cut a cable the other day, and the gentleman called me and said, no big deal, they're coming out to fix it tomorrow. But he said, aren't those supposed to be 6 inches under the ground? I said, yeah. He said, how far down did you go? I said, 3 inches. Think about that, guys. The guy comes to bury the cable. He's got a ditch digger, right? Like the ditch witch. And they literally go this far under the ground with it because they don't want to work. It's just pure laziness out here, man. Anyway, let's get this thing aerated so I can get home and watch some college ball. I'll see you in a minute. So if some of you are asking why does he stop and wait before he turns, let me show you. When you push down on the tines, you'll see it go up to 3, and when you let off, it takes a minute for it to go back down to 0. You want to wait or you'll rip the ground up when you turn. So let's go on over to the other side. It's so easy, man, and you can make so much money at aeration. But let me set you guys up here. Doesn't take very long either. Okay, we cannot aerate that side over there. The guy that lives next door is a doctor. Now look, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Just because you're smart and you're wealthy doesn't make you smart. That guy leaves that irrigation on about 2 hours every single night. That yard is so wet that his guys can barely get in to cut the back. The beds are filled with grass. Usually when they cut that backyard, it's probably around 11 to 13 inches every week. My customer cannot get him to turn it off, so I can't aerate that. And I probably won't be able to mow it for a while until he turns it off. Now this customer that I have has had this yard, has had the irrigation turned off for a month, and look at the growth. Beautiful yard, does not need to be soaked in water every week. This hasn't been watered in a month, and look at it, guys. It needs cut. Does not hurt you to aerate grass that needs cut. It's just grass. You think this machine is not heavier than a blade of grass? Come on. Anyway, let's get this side done and we'll move to the back. There's a 3-inch plug. That is plenty, but you can see what we deal with here. That's all clay, compacted clay, guys. That's why we don't have good drainage and our yards stay soaked all year. Okay guys, you saw the entire aeration. Not much to it. That was 90 bucks. No, didn't break a sweat. I do have to go back and trim inside his dog fence for him, which is no big deal. I'll make a few extra bucks off that. I may not even charge him, man. He's a good guy. So that took us, let me see here. With filming and everything, about 25-30 minutes. I don't know, guys. If you're not aerating, you're missing the boat. Would it take longer with a walk behind? Yes. Would I be sweating? Oh yeah. Is it easy money? Yeah. I mean, you guys, I'm telling you, I just put a shirt, a pair of pants on, and came out and made 90 bucks. Where do you do that? Where do you do that in 30 minutes? And that's videoing. So you guys do what you want to do, but if you want to make money, now I've done 17 in one day with a walk behind aerator. That's the best I've ever done. That's when I was in really good shape. A lot stronger than I am now. I have arthritis in my left shoulder. I have an artificial hip, so can't do those things anymore. But when I was 42 years old, I did it. So if you're not out making money on aerations, you're really missing the boat. But I hope you guys enjoyed the entire thing. I'm sorry the video may be a little long. Hey, don't forget to get a can of Strike Hold. I'm telling you, I sprayed everything down for Tim the other day. Once I wash this baby off, I'm going to spray it again. The stuff just works, man. And I know people will say, well, I don't like you, so I'm not going to buy it from you. Well, don't buy it from me. Go buy it from Tom Doby. Tom Doby sells it. But I'm telling you, I'll put the info down below. Anybody that's got any type of motorized equipment or works on cars or anything, the stuff should be going out of the factory like gangbusters. It's amazing stuff. It's not your WD-40. It's a lot better than that. And anybody that's a gun enthusiast, believe me, that's what the stuff was first created for. Or for guys, in fact, the U.S. Army Special Forces uses it to clean their weapons. So it's got to be good. Anyway, guys, love y'all. God bless you. Man, what a great week we had at church this week. Oh, what a blessing. We saw 2 young people give their life to Christ, and that is what it's all about. So, guys, go to church tomorrow. If you have a prayer request, put it down below. Sarah and I will certainly add it to ours, and we'll share it with our church. We love you guys. As always, Dr. Real was in the house. Keep it real. Have a great weekend. Peace.